His sense of service, intellectual curiosity, and capacity to squeeze fun out of any situation were all irrepressible. That mischievous, inquiring twinkle was as bright at the end as when I first set eyes on him.
For decades, Princess Anne, the only daughter of the late Queen Elizabeth II, has remained the quiet royal, always in the background, working tirelessly but avoiding the spotlight. Known for her reserved nature and stoic presence, she's built a reputation for silence. But recently, something unexpected happened that left the world in shock. At a royal event, Anne did the unthinkable, breaking her long-held silence in a way that no one saw coming. Was this a deliberate act of defiance? Or a subtle shift in royal dynamics? Stay tuned as we uncover the truth behind Princess Anne's silence-breaking gesture. Princess Anne's unwavering commitment to royal tradition. A moment of silent defiance. On the 20th of November, 2023, Princess Anne once again found herself in the spotlight. But this time, it was a moment of quiet dignity that captured the world's attention. The scene unfolded at the University of London, where Anne holds the esteemed position of Chancellor, a role she has dutifully served for years with little fanfare or recognition. Known for her deep respect for royal traditions and her dedication to public duty, Princess Anne demonstrated her strong commitment to these principles during a royal event that took many by surprise. The incident, though seemingly a minor exchange of polite gestures, had greater significance when considered within the broader context of Princess Anne's character and her place in the modern British royal family. As the ceremonial procession into the hall was about to begin, Queen Camilla, wife of King Charles III, made an attempt to step aside and allow Princess Anne to lead the procession as is customarily expected. What followed, however, was a subtle but firm rejection of this offer by Princess Anne. A quiet gesture of royal protocol. At first glance, this moment may have appeared as a mere interaction between two members of the royal family, a simple exchange of respect between the Queen Consort and the Princess Royal. However, for Princess Anne, this was much more than a polite formality. It was an act of adherence to the royal hierarchy, a steadfast commitment to the traditions that have governed the monarchy for centuries. Anne's decision to decline Camilla's gesture was not a snub, but rather a clear expression of her belief in the importance of rank and precedent within the monarchy. The monarchy is an institution steeped in history, where customs and traditions dictate not only how royal members interact with one another, but also how they present themselves to the public. These traditions are often viewed as immutable, despite the passage of time and changing societal norms. For Princess Anne, upholding these traditions is not simply a matter of duty. It is a matter of personal belief. She has long been known for her no-nonsense attitude and her unyielding sense of responsibility to the monarchy. And this moment was yet another example of how she places the institution above personal considerations or public perceptions. The significance of protocol and tradition. Anne's decision to insist that Queen Camilla go first in the procession was a demonstration of the strict adherence to royal protocol that has been passed down through generations. In the hierarchy of the British royal family, rank and seniority are paramount, and those in positions of power must always defer to those with higher rank. The Queen Consort, despite her prominent position as the wife of the monarch, is still considered to be beneath Princess Anne in the order of precedence, making it customary for Anne to lead the procession in such settings. For many observers, Anne's actions reflected the importance of tradition within the monarchy, a belief that the system must be respected regardless of personal relationships or individual personalities. The British royal family has long been the subject of intense public scrutiny, with each member under constant pressure to perform according to the expectations of the public. However, Anne has always remained steadfast in her dedication to the crown and the ideals that it represents. In her eyes, the monarchy is not about any one individual, but about the continuity of a system that has endured for centuries. Anne's actions at the University of London were a quiet reminder that the royal family is not a collection of individuals who are free to act as they please, but rather a collective body bound by rules and traditions that transcend personal emotions and ambitions. By refusing Camilla's polite gesture, Anne demonstrated the monarchy's deep reliance on the preservation of these customs, which ultimately served to maintain respect for the institution as a whole. The public's reaction: respect or disdain? As expected, the public's reaction to Princess Anne's actions was mixed. For some, the moment was a demonstration of leadership, a subtle reminder that the monarchy is built on a firm foundation of respect for order and hierarchy. Royal commentators praised Anne for her dignified refusal, calling it an example of her unwavering commitment to duty and tradition. In a world that increasingly values individuality and self-expression, Anne's dedication to the monarchy's values stood out as a powerful statement of her belief in the importance of the royal system. However, not everyone viewed Anne's actions in such a favorable light. Some critics saw the moment as a reflection of the monarchy's outdated and rigid nature, suggesting that such adherence to protocol was an unnecessary and even outdated practice. In an era where many view the royal family as a relic of the past, moments like these only serve to reinforce the idea that the monarchy is out of touch with the realities of modern life. To these critics, Anne's insistence on upholding royal protocol in such a public manner seemed like a refusal to acknowledge the changing dynamics of the world around her. Breaking the silence: what it says about Anne's relationship with Camilla. The exchange between Princess Anne and Queen Camilla also served to break the silence that has long surrounded their relationship. For years, there has been speculation about the nature of their relationship, with some suggesting that the two women may not get along due to their differing positions within the royal family. However, the way in which Anne declined Camilla's gesture revealed a deeper level of respect between the two women than many had anticipated. Despite the potential for rivalry and tension between royal family members, particularly in the wake of Queen Elizabeth II's passing, the incident at the University of London suggested that Anne and Camilla maintain a cordial and respectful relationship. Anne's actions were not a sign of hostility, but rather a subtle indication of her belief in the importance of maintaining royal order. Her decision to uphold protocol, even at the expense of appearing to defy Camilla's gesture, was a sign that she values the integrity of the monarchy above any personal dynamics that may exist between royal family members. This moment was significant, not only because it demonstrated Anne's commitment to tradition, but also because it addressed the ongoing narrative about the shifting roles of women within the royal family. Anne's actions stood in stark contrast to the more modern approach taken by other members of the family, such as the younger generation represented by Prince William and Princess Catherine. While these younger royals have embraced a more accessible and relatable image, Anne remains steadfast in her commitment to the traditional values that have defined the monarchy for centuries. Anne, the unsung hero of the royal family. Princess Anne's actions on the 20th of November are just one example of her dedication to the royal family and its traditions. Throughout her life, Anne has been the unsung hero of the monarchy, working tirelessly behind the scenes and rarely seeking the spotlight. Unlike her brother, King Charles III, or her nephews, Prince William and Prince Harry, Anne has spent much of her life out of the public eye, quietly fulfilling her royal duties without fanfare or recognition. This willingness to serve without seeking attention has earned Anne the respect of those who know her best. A former Buckingham Palace employee once remarked that Anne was one of the hardest-working members of the royal family, noting that she possessed the same extraordinary sense of duty and service that her late mother, Queen Elizabeth II, embodied. Anne's work ethic and commitment to the monarchy have made her a beloved figure within the institution, even if she remains largely unnoticed by the general public. In many ways, Anne's dedication to duty and her willingness to put the monarchy before her own personal interests have made her a true pillar of the royal family. She has consistently demonstrated her unwavering commitment to the institution, even during the most difficult and emotional moments in her life. The unsung heroine in the Queen's final days. One of the most poignant examples of Anne's selflessness came during the final days of her mother, Queen Elizabeth II. In September 2022, when news of the Queen's deteriorating health reached Princess Anne, she was already in Scotland carrying out official duties. Upon hearing that her mother's condition had worsened, Anne quickly made arrangements to be by her side, showing the same sense of duty and responsibility that had defined her throughout her life. When Queen Elizabeth passed away on September 8, 2022, Princess Anne was one of the first to arrive at Balmoral Castle, where her mother had spent her final moments. Her presence at her mother's side in her final hours was a testament to the deep bond between them and the princess's commitment to her role as a daughter and a royal. In the days following the Queen's death, Princess Anne played a key role in the planning and execution of the events surrounding the mourning period. She traveled with her mother's body from Balmoral to London, where the Queen's coffin was placed on public display for mourners to pay their respects. Anne also participated in the Vigil of Princes, a solemn royal tradition in which the male members of the royal family traditionally stand guard over the coffin. In a historic first, Princess Anne became the first woman to participate in this ritual, further cementing her role as an integral and respected member of the royal family. Princess Anne's legacy of service. Through her actions on November 20th, 2023, and throughout her life, Princess Anne has proven time and again that she is the unsung hero of the British royal family. Her commitment to duty, respect for tradition, and quiet strength have made her a revered figure within the monarchy, even as she remains largely out of the public eye. In a family often dominated by drama and media attention, Anne stands as a testament to the power of humility, loyalty, and service. As the royal family continues to navigate the complexities of modern life, Princess Anne's example will undoubtedly serve as a guiding light for future generations. Princess Anne, the royal family's unsung hero. Princess Anne, the only daughter of Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip, has long been regarded as one of the hardest-working and most dedicated members of the British royal family. While the public often focuses on the more high-profile members of the family, such as King Charles III, Prince William, and Prince Harry, Princess Anne has consistently worked tirelessly behind the scenes, performing official duties with a sense of responsibility that reflects the best traditions of the monarchy. Her recent actions, especially during the emotional moments following the death of her mother, Queen Elizabeth II, have once again brought her into the spotlight, revealing her deep commitment to both the royal family and the values that guide it. A moment of reverence. The Vigil for Queen Elizabeth II. One of the most poignant moments in Princess Anne's life, and certainly one of her most public displays of devotion, occurred in September 2022 when Queen Elizabeth II passed away. While the entire royal family was affected by the loss, Princess Anne's role during the mourning period stood out, highlighting both her sense of duty and her personal connection to her mother. In the days following the Queen's death, Princess Anne's resilience and quiet strength were on full display. The Vigil of Princes, a ceremonial event in which male members of the royal family typically stand guard over the Queen's coffin, was a defining moment for Anne. For the first time in history, a female royal, Anne, participated in the ceremony. Standing guard alongside her brothers, King Charles III, Prince Andrew, and Prince Edward, Princess Anne was not only performing a royal duty, but paying a heartfelt tribute to her late mother. The public was moved by the image of the Princess Royal, her face a mixture of solemnity and quiet grief, as she stood in silence for almost 10 minutes. This moment became an iconic representation of Anne's loyalty to her family and her duty to the crown. It wasn't just the ceremonial act that spoke volumes. It was Anne's heartfelt tribute to her mother that resonated with the public. She expressed that it was a privilege and honor to have been able to spend the last 24 hours with Queen Elizabeth before her passing. In an emotional reflection, Anne noted that being part of her mother's final journeys had been humbling and uplifting as she witnessed the outpouring of love and respect from people around the world. For many, this moment crystallized Anne's unwavering commitment to her royal duties and her deep personal grief at the loss of her mother. The Princess Royal's role in the royal family. Princess Anne's role in the royal family has always been somewhat distinct from that of her brothers. As the second child of Queen Elizabeth II, she was never in line for the throne, and her role has often been more peripheral compared to her brother Charles. However, this status has not diminished her importance in the monarchy. From a young age, Anne exhibited an extraordinary work ethic and a commitment to duty that would define her throughout her life. Anne's relationship with her mother, Queen Elizabeth, was undeniably close. Growing up in the royal household, Anne and her siblings were instilled with a sense of discipline and duty by their father, Prince Philip, whose influence on Anne was particularly pronounced. While other royal children may have experienced the more pampered side of royal life, Anne was raised with a strong emphasis on self-reliance and the importance of fulfilling one's responsibilities. This was evident in her approach to public life, as Anne took on her first royal engagement at the age of 18, when she attended the opening of an educational and training center in Shropshire in 1969. Over the years, Anne's role in public life has evolved. She has become one of the most visible and dedicated members of the royal family, carrying out hundreds of official engagements each year. In 2023, Princess Anne attended 274 engagements, a testament to her commitment to public service. As her brother Charles took on the duties of the monarch following Queen Elizabeth's death, Princess Anne stepped into an even more crucial role, filling in for Charles at various events and supporting him as he navigated the challenges of the early days of his reign. Supporting King Charles III, Anne's crucial role. The bond between Princess Anne and King Charles III has always been strong. While the two are siblings, their relationship has been shaped by the unique pressures of their roles within the royal family. As the heir to the throne, Charles has always been in the spotlight, while Anne, often referred to as the unsung hero of the royal family, has quietly carried out her duties without seeking attention. Their shared experiences, particularly growing up in the royal household, have helped to foster a deep understanding and respect between the two. In 2024, when King Charles III was diagnosed with prostate cancer, Princess Anne once again proved her dedication to her brother and to the monarchy. As Charles's health issues became public, Anne took on an even greater role, both supporting her brother personally and stepping in to fulfill his royal duties. Despite her own demanding schedule, Anne ensured that the royal family's work continued uninterrupted. She represented her brother at key events, including the first investiture ceremony held after Queen Elizabeth's passing, where she presented honors to recipients on behalf of King Charles. This act underscored Anne's importance as a stand-in for the monarch and her role in ensuring that the royal family's duties were met even in times of personal hardship. In addition to her public duties, Anne has also become one of King Charles's most trusted advisors, taking on the position of a state counselor. This role allows her to carry out constitutional responsibilities on behalf of the monarch, further solidifying her indispensable place within the royal family. A life of dedication to charity and public service. Throughout her life, Princess Anne has been deeply committed to charitable causes, particularly those related to children and welfare. From an early age, Anne displayed a strong sense of social responsibility, and this has guided much of her work. In 1970, she became the president of Save the Children UK, a role she has held for over 5 decades. Through this position, she has worked tirelessly to raise awareness of issues affecting children, particularly in developing countries. Anne has traveled extensively, visiting Save the Children's projects in countries like China, Cambodia, Botswana, Madagascar, and the Philippines. Her dedication to the organization has earned her widespread admiration, and she continues to champion its causes despite her busy royal schedule. In addition to her work with Save the Children, Princess Anne is connected to over 300 charities and organizations, both in the UK and abroad. She has become a central figure in the royal family's charitable efforts, and her involvement with these organizations has made her a respected figure in the charity world. Princess Anne's early life and upbringing. To understand the person Anne has become, it is essential to examine her early life and upbringing. Born on August 15, 1950, at Clarence House in London, Anne grew up in the royal household during a period of post-war recovery in Britain. As the second child of Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip, she was raised in a strict and disciplined environment. Her parents were determined to provide their children with a sense of normalcy amidst the privileges of royal life, and they instilled in Anne a strong sense of duty. Anne's education was carefully tailored to suit the demands of royal life. Her early education was conducted privately within the walls of Buckingham Palace, under the supervision of a governess named Catherine Peebles. This individualized instruction helped to shape Anne's intellectual curiosity and practical nature, qualities that would later define her approach to her royal duties. At the age of 13, Anne became the first female member of the royal family to attend school, enrolling at Benenden School, a prestigious boarding school in the UK. The values of confidence, compassion, courtesy, and courage instilled at Benenden played a significant role in shaping Anne's character. As Anne matured, she began to take on more public responsibilities. In 1976, she became the first member of the royal family to compete in the Olympic Games, representing Great Britain in equestrian events. This achievement marked the beginning of Anne's lifelong passion for horses and equestrian sports, a love she shared with her father, Prince Philip. Over the years, she has become an accomplished equestrian, competing in numerous international events. The Princess Royal's legacy. Princess Anne's legacy is one of unwavering dedication, hard work, and service to both her family and her country. Though she may not always seek the spotlight, her contributions to the royal family and the charitable causes she supports are immeasurable. As the unsung hero of the British royal family, Anne has proven time and again that her commitment to duty and service remains steadfast, even in the face of personal loss and challenge. Whether standing guard at her mother's coffin, stepping in to support her brother during his health crisis, or tirelessly representing the monarchy in charitable endeavors, Princess Anne remains a shining example of what it means to be a true public servant. Her story is one of quiet strength, humility, and a deep sense of responsibility that continues to inspire those who follow the royal family's journey.